Guys, it's me, DJ here, and this is Trace, and it's the Shtty Mike Show where we discuss topics that we pick and enjoy ourselves. Today's topic will mostly be cartoons, like any cartoon we like our favorites, the shit that we hate, and we're gonna be debating one cartoon because this piece of shit right here thinks this particular cartoon we're about to argue about is terrible, but I disagree with him.
Nah, bro, that's. I know it's what you're gonna tell me. I'm sorry. I
But
just look at
no,
ass.
we'll leave it. We'll leave it at the end. We'll leave it at the end. Okay, so what is okay? We're gonna figure out. So my childhood was mostly with Cartoon Network and all that other shit. I watched Nickelodeon for a good chunk of for a good chunk, but Cartoon Network has been my bread and butter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that for me, see, I think it was a mix between Cartoon Network and Nick. See, actually, no, I don't care, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who watched this show. Because this show got like 3 seasons, or 3 or 4 seasons, 32 seasons, and a whole spin off that freaking got canceled. I think the show was called freaking Every Which Way,
I think I've heard of
which
it.
was
Is that? I think I've heard of it
live action
once.
show.
Wait, well, I thought we were talking about cartoons.
It is a cart. No, technically it's a
Motherfucker!
cartoon. No, it is a cartoon, bro. Nah, it is.
Uh, Yeah. No, there was this one, but yeah, I think some of my favorite shows from Cartoon Network were like Ed, Edd and Eddy, Adventure Time, Regular Show. Regular Show is the goat,
And
regardless.
if anyone disagrees, biased.
We're biased. You know, you and I are both biased when it comes to shit like that.
Funny enough, I'm actually rewatching the episode of freaking Friend. Well, more like she's freaking showing it to me because I'm at HBO Max, and I don't know any good
No,
pirating site
speaking
that
of
has it.
something, yeah, speaking of something, um, yeah, then there's shows that I used to love. Well, that I do love to an extent, but then it just became complete dog shit after a while, which the biggest example of it, sadly, is Steven Universe.
I hated Steven Universe when they showed that Garnet. That I hated Steven Universe when they showed that freaking Garnet. The freaking two people who make love are freaking gay.
What's wrong with him
I
being
hated
gay,
that shit.
Trayson?
Everything. Okay.
Trayson, Trayson, you're gonna get our show canceled out in the first few fucking minutes.
True. Gonna get episode already.
You're already gonna
But
get canceled
okay,
over
no, also, nah,
your baseness.
no homophobia, but I'm sorry, Stevie Universe went to shit when they made almost every character gay or bi. Like I'm gonna be dead. Nah, you're gonna agree with me on this one. Lars and Sadie should have ended up together.
I'm sadly gonna say that because the one character they've shown I only seen once, and even though I never watched Steven Universe Future, which I refuse to watch because
See,
what's
I
the
watched it.
like it's a spin-off of a spin-off, and
It's not a
the
spin-off.
what Steven Universe
It's
Future isn't a
basically
spin-off.
no, it's basically an epilogue series. Even though even though I'm pretty sure it more uh freaking made more questions than answers.
True, true. But they made Steven Universe an insufferable dickhead.
True. I mean, it was for a purpose.
Yeah. I don't know. I watched Steven Universe. I enjoy the show as it is, but Steven Universe Future seemed like a pointless effort to make Steven be not used to the fact that he's no longer doing stuff and such. But like, in my honest opinion, I preferred it to end him saving the day. But no, they just make him seem like an insufferable teenager and all that shit. And I was a teenager before, as far as I remember. Steven Universe wasn't acting like a teenager. He was acting like he couldn't save the day like he always used to.
Hmm.
Like, at least with Adventure Time had shown over time as we grow up that Finn was growing up too.
Yeah, wasn't he like freaking 13 or
He was
14
12.
when the show be?
He was 12 when the show started.
Wasn't he like then the end of the show
He was
discounting like the? I
17
think it was
now.
17.
Yeah, he was 17 by the end of it,
Yeah.
which is something that really was cool. I liked it. It was a really good and it was a nice ending, even though it rushed a little
Actually,
bit.
wait. Which ending are we talking about? Are we talking about uh the HBO series ending or the
No,
actual show ending?
we're talking about the actual show ending.
Alright.
My only gripe with it is I hated the fact that they put Marceline and Bubblegum together at the end. I wish they did it later, like earlier in the show, where they got together finally after their last relationship, which seems like that's what they were aiming at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
See,
other
I
than
honestly
that,
see. I stopped watching the show for circumstances that I won't get into here. But from what I remember, the last part of the show I watched was the stakes special.
the steak special, is that the one? Was that the murder? Was that the murder one?
I do not remember.
Trayson, you're supposed to remember these things. Why?
I don't know. But anyways, see, let's go on to a regular show.
Regular show is just a
I,
go. It's just a go. We can't. We're not. We don't have to talk about regular show negatively. We don't have that much negative stuff to say.
well, honestly, the one negative thing people have to say is the part where they pretty much focused on Mordecai and Margaret's freaking relationship. Actually, not more like Mordecai's relationship issues. Most
Here's
people
the.
can agree. Most people can
Yeah.
agree. That was like the iffiest part.
Here's my opinion with that. The thing is, well, a lot of people keep pointing out. He's saying, oh, they're saying that he's the biggest simp, but I'm like, I disagree 100%. That's the case because if you watch if you watch Rick and Morty, then you'll know what I mean.
Rick and Morty. Oh yeah.
There's there the most I think one of the most infamous or one of my favorite scenes or episodes it was when Morty finds a crystal that shows how he dies, and there was one moment where he sees spoilers. There was one moment where he sees him and his crush together, right? And he was trying to do his very best to make sure it happened. You know what I mean? By killing police officers, killing people. He murdered so many people just because he wants his dick wet with his crush. If people keep telling me that Morty's the biggest simp, not Morty. If people keep saying that Mordecai's the biggest simp, I'll keep pointing out Morty. Morty is so obsessive over having this girl be with him that he's willing to murder so many people for just for himself. I will
No,
I will defend Mordecai. He is a simp, but he's not the biggest.
I mean, he's the most realistic simp.
Yeah, you're right. He is the most realistic, but then again, he's a fucking giant talking bird.
See, if we're bringing up
You see what I mean, though?
if we're bringing up relationships in a regular show, if I'm gonna be that honest, why did Benson end up with someone? I don't get that.
Because he needs that love too. Man needs love too, you know.
This dude would still have it. Actually, no, hold on. Here's the more important question: how does a gumball machine get hair?
Get hair? When you mean get? Oh, meaning like when he has his beard.
Yes.
Oh my god, I don't know. We don't question shit like that. You gotta remember, it's regular show.
Only OGs are gonna remember the scene where Benson walks in freaking Mordecai, Rigby, and Skips, in like after like that one episode.
Where
I forget exactly what the plot
Where
was.
Mordecai sees Pops naked.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that.
that was
And then
when I was
and
little.
then
I
the
didn't
end.
get that. I didn't get that when I was little. But then now I'm older and I rewatched that one point. I laughed hard.
That dude bet it was bricked up.
He's like, and then the song "Makes You Forget" starts playing.
Now, can we also take it? Can we also appreciate the fact that most of the regular shows soundtracks were 80s music?
Yeah, that's what I liked
Like,
about. That's like one of my personal favorite things about the show, was its soundtrack because a lot of the music I really liked. Like "Hit Me with Your Best Shot" is a fucking banger. And
nah,
actually,
bro,
I
nah,
listened to that.
nah.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. I listened to that song first on Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero.
But yeah, that's
Bro,
a
only
great show. You
OGs.
know what
Only.
show that really shocked me of
Actually,
being
no.
good
Wait, hold on, hold
despite
on.
it? Oh,
Wait,
okay, sorry.
I'm gonna see. Nah, see. You may say that him with the best shot was like the best one. Nah, Mississippi Queen.
Oh
Like, cause
yes, that drug trip though was fucking.
the fact that Cartoon Network allowed a basically scene of, even though they're adults, they're adults. They basically just got high.
Yeah, they're yo. No, what's kind of yeah. So yeah, I think you know what one show that shocked me the most that I thought was gonna be terrible when I first heard about it, but it
What?
ended up being good.
What?
Freaking Amazing World Gumball. For
Bruh.
however, I don't know how or why, but it should have not been that good as it is. It surprised me as a whole of being good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, bruh. That that show, I would say the earlier seasons like were kind of rough, but like
Yo,
later,
no, the first season, in my honest opinion, is probably the worst. It's so fucking cringy to me. I can't like if I'm watching Amazing World Gumball, I skip season one, despite some of the shit I need to know about it.
like,
But
can we
even
also take
then,
into
it's
it?
so
Can we also take?
bad.
Can we also take into account that didn't they switch voice actors like 3 times,
Yeah,
and
but
they made it in
Because Gumball is supposed
not,
to be a
and they
kid. You
made
can't
it
have a
not
grown ass voice,
not.
man.
Oh yeah, also too, they made it in universe. Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they actually referenced it too. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah. Like, right, the creators of Gumball know their junk.
Yeah, they reference a lot of shit, and they're another show I really loved, and I'm surprised a lot of people loved it as well, which was Chowder.
Bruh, Chowder is straight classic, bro.
It is a classic. That I
No, you're
love
not in this
Chowder.
episode.
I
You're not
think
in
one of the
this
most
episode.
infamous I think one of the most infamous episodes to me at least from Chowder was the end was like the finale. And
Oh,
the way how Chowder becomes an adult and he marries Eileen. I think that's what it is. No, not Eileen.
Panini.
Panini. I'm so sorry. I'm so terrible with names now. I'm terrible. It's like it's worse as it's just as bad as anime. Anime will probably be a different episode. But yeah. But you know what? Well, when you talk about some terrible shows, and we're not talking about that one cartoon yet that you and I are going to debate. We're going to leave that one towards the end. But we're going to talk about. We need to think about terrible shows, and it doesn't have to be on Cartoon Network either. It could be on Nickelodeon. It could be on Disney. Hell,
Oh, nah,
any
nah, nah.
show.
It's no, okay. See, I know people hated this era Cartoon Network, but there was one show, one live action show I liked from Cartoon Network. And you all know what show was that? Actually,
Is
I
it
think it
the,
was two.
is it Destroy Build Destroy?
He said that Destroy Build Destroy. Only OGs remember that.
Dude,
Nah,
I know the guy who hosted it. I just found out that he was a musician. That guy can make some slap music.
bro, imagine being a musician and then nah, imagine being known as the dude who did Destroy Build Destroy.
I think no one knows that he did it. Like, if you know about Andrew WK, I feel like his hardcore fans would know that he did Destroy, Build, Destroy. But what are the two shows that you like?
Oh yeah, Incredible Crew, and I don't know if this was a Cartoon Network show or not. I forget. but a hole in the wall, I believe it was
Oh
called.
yeah, I totally understand. No, what's kind of funny is one of the actors from Incredible Crew became the voice actor, or I think he was like the first voice actor for Finn, or the original actor for Finn, or
Wasn't
is he
the
was
isn't it, wait hold on?
wasn't
Isn't the original voice actor for Finn like black or something? You know.
no, he was white.
Uh,
He was
hmm.
100% white. I know what the guy looks like. He looks like Camerson, the guy who was in Jesse.
Oh, Cameron Boyce.
Yeah, he looked
Oh,
like him, but he looks thicker.
he looks sick.
He's a thick boy.
I Yeah, honestly, I honestly did enjoy Incredible Crew,
Me
but
too, but I sometimes think that this show is a bit dated, especially
well,
that it had
obviously
similar.
that it is mad dated. It's for today's standards. Because
Yeah.
today's standards, it will probably get canceled.
Nah, it won't get canceled. If it gets canceled for being freaking Incredible Crew, then that's kind of stupid. No, the one show I remember liking, but I don't remember if anyone else liked it or not, which was Dude, What Would Happen. I have no idea what happened to the three people that were hosting it either. It's been a while since that
Dude,
happened.
what would happen? I feel like I remember that show.
It's three guys that are basically saying, what would happen if we do this? Like, for example, if we fill up an entire fucking RV with popcorn.
So wait. So basically, it was the original. It was the original Dare channels
Yeah,
before they were the original Rice Gums. Also like that.
rice gum. We talked about no. Okay, let's go back to terrible cartoons. You know what show I find terrible that was on Cartoon Network? Problem
What?
Solvers.
Mm.
Remember that show?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh god. At first, when I was little, I liked it, but after watching a few episodes, while back, I was like, dude, why is this show so fucking terrible?
Probably because it's freaking. I don't know.
It's so
Actually, not.
colorful. It's too fucking colorful. It gives people seizures too.
Oh yeah. You know, let's go back to regular show for recommendation. See, I watched like the first episode, and like season one animation, it's pretty rough. It looks like a freaking flash animation. I ain't even trying to lie about that. It kinda does.
You know, it's kind of funny too. I don't know. There's a lot of shows that I think a lot of people hate, but I don't know. It's hard to really explain. It's hard to really explain what shows that a lot of people love and a lot of people hate. Like for example, um, Secret Mountain for Awesome, which is probably one of the most hated Cartoon Network shows of all time because of how outright terrible it was and how many fart jokes were on it. But other than that, there was one thing that came out of it that I was glad that came out of it. Even though even though I think you and I will disagree a bit with this one too, which was Uncle Grandpa, which I think is probably one of the most underrated shows when it comes to how good of a show it is. Like I'm not saying you have to like it, but you have to appreciate that it's one of the more cartoonishly one of the more cartoonish shows that we have in Cartoon Network. You know what I mean?
Sort of.
Yeah. Another show I really think is terrible is even though I don't find it as bad as I once did, which was Teen Titans Go. I still think that's a terrible fucking show.
Nah, bro. Nah. You're biased, bro. You're so
Of course
biased.
I'm biased. Teen Titans, the original was freaking the GOAT. It was a good ass show.
I won't deny it. But Teen Titans Go isn't that bad. It really
That's why I
isn't.
said I didn't hate it as much as I once did. I still think it's a bad show, but I don't think it's as bad as it was before.
See, at
Heck,
some
there was still
point,
some
it can't.
positive. There were some positives from Teen Titans Go that I liked from it.
See, at some points, it can be funny.
Yeah, but there were some moments where I fucking hate. Like for example, they tease us when they make fun of themselves about how everyone wants Teen Titans, but yet they know it shows that Cartoon Network knows that we want Teen Titans, but they just decide not to do it. Like they're highly aware that we want Teen Titans back.
That's why they threw you a bone and gave you the Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go crossover.
Dude, I don't want to watch that. That shit's gonna make me pissed off because I bet $20 to make Teen Titans Go win that one.
I don't even know, honestly. Actually, not. Here's what's funny. I think at the end of the movie, I think the OG Robin says this. You know, I used to think that you were annoying. And then the Teen Titans Go Robin is like, and? Or like, but? And then you wonder what OG Robin says?
What do you say?
I think, I forget exactly what he said, but I think he said like, there is no but. Even the originals hate their reboots.
That's the irony. That's the irony of that entire thing. Is that it's either the people who are animating the show now hate it, or
I mean, bro,
they
they make
just
too much.
joke, or they just joke the
Teen
fact that
Titans
people
Go.
hate it.
No, the day Teen Titans Go ends is the day SpongeBob will end.
Yeah, because Teen Titans Go is pretty much the bread and butter of freaking. It's like Teen Titans Go is pretty much the equivalent of SpongeBob. Like, it's so popular with the kids that they aren't gonna get rid of it, regardless, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong. I still think SpongeBob is a great show, but in some moments of like with its seasons, I still think it has some shit. But the Teen Titans Go, it does have its moments. Like, for example, I like Raven. That's pretty much it. But like, I hate everything else from the show. Like, they changed each of the characters in a way. Like, let's all be honest. Robin can probably be debated to be who's the bigger sim between freaking Mordecai and freaking Robin. Mordecai and Robin.
Now you wanna know what's funny? Teen Titans Robin and Teen Titans Go Robin are basically reversed.
Yes,
Teen
it's
Titans.
the same thing with It's the same thing with Starfire as well. They're like reversed. It's as if
Yeah.
they gave Starfire's obsession for Robin to Robin, so he obsessed with Starfire, and then gives the personality. Well, not wait, no. Robin's personality isn't in Starfire at all. Starfire is just a dunce idiot in Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. I mean, at least in freaking Teen Titans, she was a slight idiot, but she wasn't that much of an
The
idiot.
reason why she was a slight idiot because she had no idea about how Earth worked. Because you gotta remember, she's an alien.
Yeah.
That's literally her entire freaking story. She's an alien.
Yeah.
Poor bastard. But yeah. But like but it's so sad to see what happened to our boy. But then look what they did to Cyborg and freaking Beast Boy.
Nah, Cyborg and Beast Boy, they're kind of just the same.
No, they're not. No, they're not. I've watched Teen Titans. They are not the same. Out of all the characters, Beast Boy is practically just a worse version of himself. While they just made Cyborg into an asshole. Raven's the only character that stayed the same practically.
You fag, you ugly, and you stink, monkey.
What is that about?
Huh?
Okay.
No, oh,
Another
okay,
show I
nah,
find terrible. Oh, sorry. You can go ahead.
no, nah. I'm gonna go back to like the good shows. Over the Garden Wall is a top 10 show.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. It's probably one of my favorite shows of all time. Like alongside South Park, Rick and Morty, Adventure Time, and regular show. It's a really great show.
Yeah.
Great villain too. The villain is fucking scary.
Now, what's funny is you don't see that villain until the final episode, and even then, he's only shown for like a split second.
Yeah, but when you see him, he still looks disturbing.
It's true. Alright, can we take an appreciation for that music?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, and you wanna know what I find ironic? Like the whole show basically takes place in what you would probably be like 1900s, but yet their hometown is modern day. Like something
No,
like that.
it's because they went to a different world. That's why.
No, they literally went over a guard. They literally went over a wall.
Yeah, they went to a completely different realm. That's why.
Eat your dirt.
They went to a completely different world. That's why.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
that's they literally kind of hint out that's the case.
yeah, sure.
Heck, if it was the 1900s, then dude, they should be talking Latino. That's something they should have not said that.
Excuse me.
But yeah, it's a great show. You know what? Another show I need to watch eventually to have a good ass opinion for, which is freaking Infinity Train. I haven't watched that yet,
You haven't
and
watched
I
it?
know you're pissed. And yeah, I don't have HBO. I'll watch
Well,
it,
neither do I.
but yeah, but you use a pirate account, which I'm not gonna say what it is because it's not fun if I tell you people.
I mean, also too, if you tell it, then it's a more likely chance it's gonna get banned.
Exactly. I need to watch Infinity Train, but I need to get HBO.
I watched the first season because that appeared because that was shown on TV. Oh yeah, and I did watch season 2 because that was on TV too. But then HBO was like, you like you like subscriptions? Then they was like, bro, we're gonna give you your show, but we're gonna give you it only on our platform. Like where I was hurt by that, and you wanna know what else hurt me too? You wanna know what else hurt? The fact that close enough was on there too.
True.
Oh,
And the first two episodes are really promising too. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, most people are like this. It's just regular show for adults. Like for real,
Rightfully so.
that show is basically for the people who grew up with regular shows. No one can
True.
deny that, at least.
That is true.
Oh yeah, what I do find, what kind of slightly sucks to me though is that the regular show that's on HBO is the censored version.
Wait,
That you maybe actually
they censored regular show?
no. But like you know how like when the show first came on, they actually cursed.
Oh
Like they
yeah. You pissed me
yeah,
off. I was
you
like,
pissed me.
you pissed me off. When I first saw it, I was like, I looked like a child and be like, ooh.
Yeah. Nah.
You say a bad word.
Sour.
What does he mean by
Nah.
what do he mean by gobble those nipples?
Nah. See. I knew it was censored by the first episode. When Rigby says, "How in the heck are we gonna fix this stuff?" It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. What he says in the freaking original episode is, "How in the H are we gonna fix this S?" Which I'm pretty sure you should know. Everyone here should know
Yeah,
what that implies.
yeah. What's kind of ironic about that entire ordeal
Oh,
is that you probably know about these guys because I think you showed me a few of their vids which was like double something.
huh?
Double something. They do the same thing, but
Oh
they
yeah, double something.
one of my favorite like parody episodes they did was with freaking Pops outright outright cursing out everyone. They're like,
Oh
shut the
yeah.
fuck up.
Yeah.
And they were scared when he was talking to that one guy from freaking that rap battle, and they thought he was gonna
No, I know
say
what
the N
you're
word.
talking.
I was like, nah.
I was like, no, you losing here, nigga.
No, not that one. They didn't make that one, but they thought he was gonna say that. But he was being nice to the guy. He's like, "Oh, thanks, big head," and I was like, "How?"
That was the good ending.
That was the good ending.
Nah,
The good ending was that he
the
survived. That he didn't say anything negative.
the bad ending was freaking Pop getting shot.
He gets shot. It wasn't the Skip's way. It wasn't
It
the Skip's
wasn't.
way. No, um, Now we're gonna debate. This ain't gonna be the last thing, but we're gonna debate this. We're gonna debate Clarence because you are insulting a underrated show. You sick
Nah,
fuck.
bro. Nah, bro. That's so freaking doo-doo. You can't
It's
tell me
not
otherwise.
terrible, dude. You're saying it's terrible because because you never had a friend like Clarence, or you were Clarence.
No, I didn't. I don't have any friends, bro. What do you mean?
So you were Clarence.
No, what do you mean? Bro,
Don't
Clarence
deny
had.
it. Don't deny
Bro,
it.
Clarence had friends.
Yeah, but Clarence was like a kid. He acted like a kid. That's why the show was so appealing because he was
Yeah,
acting like a fucking kid.
I never acted like a kid. You wanna know why?
Cause you're a
Cause
child.
I'm black.
Oh my god, that's your that's your excuse.
Yes.
That's your excuse. That's why you hate
Yes.
Clarence.
I mean, nah, I don't want to watch a kid with Down syndrome and a
He
kid and
doesn't
another
have
kid.
Down syndrome. He was just a regular kid.
Nah, shut up, shut up. I don't care. No, that's
He
my
does
head
not have
canon.
Down
That's my
syndrome,
head
Tracy.
canon.
That's not
That's
your
my
head.
head canon. That's my head canon.
Tracy, that's not a head cannon, Tracy. That's
Yes, it
not
is.
how it works.
Nah, so, bro.
Yo, this is why I have to argue with you
I
because
also too.
that's your
Nah,
only
I was.
argument for Clarence. Like that is your only argument of Clarence being like, nah, he retarded.
Well, no,
And I'm
hold on.
trying to defend, and I'll be defending him because you're sick ass, because of your sick twisted ass.
Bro, I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to watch a kid with Down syndrome and a kid who freaking looks like Minecraft Steve and another kid who looks like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings.
Dude, they are all kids. They related
Nah,
to how
bro,
kids were.
no,
There
those are
was
some
always that one kid who
mutations.
hates. No,
Those are some mutations.
bro. Oh my god, dude! If you're talking about that, there's a show that you're gonna love. That's like that.
What show, bro? What
I forgot
possible
what
show?
it's called, but it's on Adult Swim. It's basically like it has a bunch of poor people that were freaks. Where the main character's dad had legitimately no fucking arms or legs. And the mom was bald as hell, and there was like and the sister has like a dick on her head, and I'm not lying about that there was.
What is this?
I don't know, but I'm not flying though.
Alright.
You're gonna say all right. You're gonna say all right, and then end this
Yes.
episode here, bro. No, we still have plenty to go. We haven't got.
Bro.
We need to talk about the Loud House
Nah, bro, that show went downhill when that creator left. Or should I say when that creator got outed?
when that creator became a pedophile.
The creator became EDP.
Okay, everyone becomes a pedophile once they get ousted. You know that. Then again,
Yes.
Dan Schneider's still there.
No, he's not. If that was the case, he would have been on the iCarly reboot. But he's
Oh,
not.
he's not. He's not really.
No, he's not. They don't credit him at all.
Even though he's the guy who created the show, who
Yeah, but
created Nickelodeon.
I have no connection to iCarly whatsoever. In
I
fact,
watched a lot of it.
I hated
Nickelodeon.
both. No, I hated both iCarly and Victorious.
You hate iCarly?
And Victorious.
Do you still
But
hate it
you want
now?
probably now, and you want to know what makes it
Probably.
funnier? You want to make it funnier? You want to know?
What? Because yeah, I want to know. I would love to know.
I watched Sam and Cat. When two of those characters are basically from opposite shows.
I know. Okay, that show was underrated a bit, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's always 5, right? And it only lasted freaking 2 seasons.
because everyone else hated it. They hated how Sam and Kat were relatable. Then again, we can never have another season of Sam and Kat because Ariana Grande decided that she wanted to be a musician.
And Jadeva Curry, I don't think she like. I don't think she even. What does she even do anymore? What does she do? I'm like
Sam,
actually,
I
bro.
have the actor for Sam. I have no idea what she does. Like it's
She
she,
she she freaking she did that show and did.
to be honest with you, I have no idea what happened to her. As far as I know, I think the last thing I've heard of her, she did like I think she was doing
Actually, no. If we're talking about cast members at this point, what happened to the Jesse cast? I know like I know Cameron Boyce is like Cameron Boyce and these nuts.
Tracy, Tracy, we don't go that way. We don't go that far.
Cameron Boyce did these nuts.
No. Well, the little girl
The
who
little girl, we don't talk about her. You know, she kind of did a few things.
she said some shit that she shouldn't be saying. But hell,
Yeah.
what do we know? In her eyes, we're just a bunch of fucking useless fucks.
Uh, See, I know freaking. What the hell is Painless do? X now, what the heck does Painless and Karan Bar do? And you wanna know what's funny? I literally thought that kid was Indian until I heard his actual voice.
He is
Hey, no,
Indian technically.
no, he's not.
He's
He's not
still.
Indian. No, he's not
What?
Indian.
Then what is he then?
Actually, I think I don't really know.
What
If
is
you
he
want
then,
to,
Trayson?
I don't know. I think he's Indian. I
He
think.
is. He just doesn't have the accent because he's been living in America for most of his life.
How do you recreate an accent? That's gotta be mad tough.
Not really. Like it's not that hard to make an accent. Like, hey there, partner, it's me. I'm from the South.
Alright then.
I came here to
Alright.
fuck my cousin.
Alright then. I'll make an accent. It's your name, like a name, like a name.
No, no. As far as we know, I have no idea what happened with him. I think Jesse is doing a music. I think the actor for Jesse is doing a music career.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Wait, isn't Jesse from another show too? I remember.
I don't actually remember.
No, I remember vaguely that she was part of another show. What was that show? Oh yeah, she was Zack and Cody. Yes, I think that was what it's called.
Oh yeah, actually now I remember her from 16 Wishes. Only OGs know that one.
No, I remember. I think I remember her from like. No, I remember. I think she was from Zack and Cody. That's what I remember.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't. As far as I remember, I think she was a kid from another show who got put into. Who got put in. But no, I remember that she was one show.
I always okay know that. I only know Debbie Ryan from 16 Wishes. I would say that is a good Disney movie and Zapped. I like Zapped. See honestly, Zapped. Ain't no one can tell me Zapped did not make Zendaya's career. That and Casey Undercover. Which, if I would be dead honest, I can't tell. I don't know if people like that show or not. I literally don't know.
I have no idea either. I haven't really watched that much Disney stuff in a while.
Oh yeah, hold on. There's another show. There's actually a couple shows I got in mind. Well, I forget the exact show, but I think it was something similar to How I Met Your Mother. You know, I never watched a single set of that show. It was something. I forget exactly what. What else? Oh yeah, the Haunted. Honestly, yeah, bro. I'm probably the only person who liked the Haunt Hathaways.
I actually like that show a bit myself.
Oh yeah, you know what? Oh yeah. I like the Thunder. I unironically like the Thundermans. I did,
The
but I'm not
Thunder.
saying I do now.
I think that
Thundermans.
show was good too.
See, I see. Oh yeah, I was one of the people who voted in what power like that freaking kid got in that freaking show. I was one of those people.
Yeah. Well, you think this is good enough to end here or not?
Oh yeah, there's also one more show, the Peppa Pig anime. We all know the George arc,
Shut up. Shut up. We're not talking about We're
Susie
not
Sheep
talking about
arc.
fucking Peppa Pig.
Nah, bro. Yo, everyone in the chat, everyone in the chat.
That's in the chat.
Everyone who watches this video, go buy the Peppa Pig game. It's gonna be freaking good. I think it's already out. Buy it. It's a masterpiece, but 10 out of 10. It
Okay,
beats
we're gonna
freaking
stop from
last.
here. Thanks y'all for listening. No, no, we're gonna
It beats The
stop. We're
Last of
stopping
Us,
here. We're
God of
not.
War, Spider Man.
We're not talking about your goddamn
It
fantasies.
it beats Team Fortress 2. It beats everything, bro.
Okay, we're about to go. Hi, guys. Okay, guys. Thanks for listening to the show. This was
You can't end this
nah.
now.
Shut. We're ending it here. We're ending it here because we're not listening to your bullshit. This is
Racist.
DJ. This is Trayson. We'll see you all next time.